I'm Anastasia from Australian Business Ubizblog. How's everyone going? We're sitting in this beautiful park of Melbourne on Pipe Makers Park. Tonight I have a privilege to interview a beautiful lady, Claire Burt from My Inspired Lifestyle. We're going to talk about lifestyle choices, COVID impact on lifestyle change, and just enjoy the interview, guys. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, it's Claire from My Inspired Lifestyle Project. How are you? Thank you for joining us. I am super excited to be here this evening chatting to Anastasia from Australian Ubizblog about my projects that I've got coming up. Stay tuned, it's going to be awesome. If you're a busy mum and a busy woman, I've got you covered. It's going to help you regain your calm, your clarity, and give you your confidence so you can tackle whatever everything comes your way. Hope you have a great evening. Bye. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We tried to organize this for such a long time.
Yep.
But you've been so busy with your latest project.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to get to know more, and I just can't wait to hear more about it, because I know your social media is booming. You're forming a team of professionals, and I'm just so excited. You've got your beautiful sons just at the background. Hi.
I do.
How are you today? Come along.
Come and say hi.
Hi.
No.
Hi. We're actually sitting in a beautiful park, and it's behind of us a playground, just freshly built, nicely built. So it's a bit of a noise at the back, but that's completely fine because we are filming in a real life time. Claire,
Yes.
every time I look at your social media, I literally get inspired. Because
Stop it.
Because you are a busy mom. You've
Yep.
got two beautiful little sons, still in school.
Yep.
Can you?
Smacked me.
All right.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go play. I've
You
got to
can
talk.
go and play, and your mom can explain to you later.
I'll talk to you after. Go play. Go. Boys, go. I'll call you after. Welcome to my chaos.
This is how we normal moms. This is how we roll. 24/7 we are moms, and then with business girls, and then with something else.
Yeah, we do.
But I honestly have a big question to you, and I think a lot of people concerned, and they're asking themselves. We are living after pandemic times. Obviously, it impacted lives. People lost jobs. In terms of the lifestyle, do you think currently people will sort of starting reconsidering their lifestyle choices, or they're gonna stick to mediocre lifestyle from 9 till 5? What's your opinion on that?
I really think there's a change, and it's a real revolutionary change. I really think, if you're in the corporate world, you've had to work from home, and now you've got the option of doing 75%, whatever that is, from home and work. I really think it's changed a lot of people's thinking about what they want to do. We were forced to slow down.
Yep.
Right? We didn't
Yep.
have a choice.
Yep.
It was probably this time last year, I think, March, and we were forced to stop. And our lives went from 100 to 0. So I think people will really, and the people that I speak to and the mums are really recognising that there's a time for us to do something a little bit different, but they're not sure what. So that's where our job as business women and as leaders in social media as well, we've got to show them how easy it is. It is hard, but if we can do it gracefully and impactfully, it makes the job easier. But I think there's a change, and it's going to be a massive change. People are more open to opportunity.
Yep.
I think, and they're scared about, the previous objections you used to get was money or time. Well, I think time got thrown out the window last year. We do have time. What are we prioritising? And when I speak to my clients, it's about boundaries. What are we sending for our boundaries to? So what are you allowing to come in, and what are you going to set as your standard? But I think it's a massive change, and I hope we don't go back to the way we were, because that was hectic. That was super hectic.
So your project, My Inspired Lifestyle, I know it started a year ago when lockdown hit the ground. How it's going at the moment?
It's going amazing.
It's going amazing?
It's going, I'm really overwhelmed how it goes, because I like to plan, I like to have all these ideas, but then the ones that work the best are the spur of the moment. I decided about a month ago I was going to go bring it all together with my coaching. So in my past life I was corporate, and I had this light bulb moment that I could bring my previous people management with what I love together and do a business out of it. And that is what I'm doing. I'm helping busy mums and busy women. They're my market. It's all about self-love, and we just don't know how. So in the past year that's kicked off, but in the past sort of 3 months it's gone a bit crazy, and I love it. It's beautiful. I get to speak to so many women And whether they join me in business or whatever it may be, I'm impacting people. And I just want to impact one woman. If I can do that, I'm happy. And that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a question to you. Like, for example, we talk about lifestyle, and I'm still trying to figure it out for myself as well.
I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
I think, yeah, exactly. That's the question we're asking ourselves. And I'm 40 years old, right? So I'm still trying to figure it out. Unless you're thinking you've got 24 hours a day, you've got all these things that needs to be done. How do you balance? How?
I didn't have balance for a really long time. So as you can see, I'm 39, so my kids are coming and eating because I've packed the pantry.
Fantastic.
38. 38 at the moment. I'm going to be 39. It's about boundaries, and I think but it comes from a place of knowing who you are and what you want to do. No, can Slade open it?
That's it.
That's setting
Bigger
the boundary.
brother's helping out. That's it.
As well. So, it's about having the boundaries and knowing and being really safe in yourself that you can make those decisions, but be so understanding and know where you're going that you don't worry about what other people think. That took me a really long time to learn. It took me almost over a year to set that. But you just have to find the time. If you want something enough, you find the time, right? If you want to go shopping enough, you've got to save. If you've got your mind set on something.
Absolutely.
But if you've been, similar to me, if you've been hurt enough, or if you've had enough stress in your life and you want to move on from that, then that's when the change really happens. So, we all get the same amount of day or hours in a day. You just learn to time block and prioritise what you spend your energy on.
Yep. Okay. That's a good point. I always believe that if you want to do something, you'll find opportunity. If you don't want to do something, you'll find excuse.
Yeah.
And this is actually something I wanted to draw in my next article, because I always was thinking how people always say, I'm so busy, I can't do this, I can't do that. I don't believe that.
Yep.
I don't literally believe in that, because
I don't either.
I don't anymore, because if you want to do something, you will make everything possible in your capacity to do it.
Yeah.
And you just answering those questions for me, because I feel like I'm not alone here. Woohoo!
No.
Fantastic.
But that was me.
Yes.
2 years ago, that was me.
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
every excuse.
Every
I don't
excuse.
have
Yeah,
time. I'm
yep,
too busy.
yep,
I'm a
yep.
mum. I've got kids. I made every excuse. But it was sort of feeding my ego as well, saying that, look how busy and important I am. I was miserable.
Yep.
So now I get to choose what I do, and that's the best freedom.
So your mentorship program for My Inspired Lifestyle, what are the major key points? And maybe someone who is going to watch us, you could the ladies who are sort of stuck at the moment, they're lost. Maybe general 3-4 points you would suggest and advice to them to do, and something that can say, okay, all right, I've got these 3 points, I can start from that.
Yeah, it's getting comfortable with ourselves. So we hear, you would know, I love the word empowerment, but I don't like using it because I think everyone's using it at the moment.
A lot, yeah.
And self-love, I prefer self-care. So self-care is something for me that is more important.
Which is this one?
Yes, self-care with kids. Yes, my love. Yep, just over.
Absolutely.
Go over that way. All right, quietly. No fighting.
Where is it?
Slater's got it. See ya.
It's a beautiful park here, guys. You can play and
go nuts.
This is how we do it. So self-care.
So self-care, it's really important. Self-care is actually allowing yourself to have time in the day. You know, we do essentially need time to ourselves, and it could go for a walk, it could be a meditation, it could be whatever, reading a book. But I find I've got to put 15 minutes a day out of my whole schedule where I just sit and just either stop, breathe and look around. That's really important, because if we don't make that time for ourselves, no one else will. And that's what I've been speaking about recently is that it's up to us. No one is here to save us.
No.
We have to save ourselves, and that is where the basis of My Inspired Lifestyle came about. So that's the part that I work on it. But I'm also, what sets me apart, I think, too, is that I'm actually doing the work as well. Not only doing the work, but you're coming from someone that's been in their position. This is steps that I've done to overcome burnout and stress. You know, working full time, having kids, a business, it all just came too much. So I've got techniques that I use then I now want to teach people
Yep.
or show people how to
Yep.
just do it.
Yep.
So it's all about that. It's about setting boundaries as well. That's a big one for me. And learning to say no, but make it okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not to feel the mum guilt or guilt when you say no for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we say yes all the time because we're people pleasers. No, we don't need to do that anymore.
No.
And that's a bit liberating, but it's scary. And then the other one, I suppose, it's just about the boundaries and making time for us, you know, so that we can be present for the kids.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, because what's the point of all of this if we are not present with the kids too?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
But it's all about transformation as well, yeah? So,
yeah, absolutely.
and I think it's a 3 great tips for the
Yep.
ladies. But then can you actually teach them how? Like, do you actually in your mentorship program allows ladies to learn how to implement those 3 advices
Yeah, 'cause
within the mindset transformation?
Yeah, it is.
Because we're transforming not just the lifestyle.
No.
It starts with your mindset
Yeah.
transforming when you, okay, I'm waking up and I'm a different person tomorrow.
No, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't
You've
work
got to go
this
through
way.
the mud.
You're going to have to go through the process, through the
Yeah.
mud, as you said
Yeah.
before, you go to the empty, beautiful, clean floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
is,
shiny,
it
and you
is.
kind of, I am actually on this journey now. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it is, and I think because the beauty about what I help these women with is that whatever dilemma or situation comes up, it's the same process for all of it.
Yep.
You know, and as we start off, we've got to get to the bottom of the stories and the self-belief. We are truly capable people. We didn't get a handbook when we had kids.
No.
You know, we didn't get a handbook when we bought our house. We didn't get a handbook with anything. We created this. So why do we doubt ourselves when we want to try something new? And I always doubted, and I still do sometimes. I just think, it's just, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. How many presentations I've done, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And it smashes out. It's amazing. But it's that self-doubt, and
Yep.
it's, am I good enough? Who's going to believe me? What am I going to offer? And that's where I think I'm a great mentor in that sense, is that I'm actually doing the work and I've actually done it before. I've been a people manager for 20 years. So
I know you've been managing the whole team and the whole crew.
So-
Actually, I really like the self-doubt. In your opinion and in your experience, like self-doubt, where is it all coming from? This particular annoying
Yep.
and irritating so-called voice in your head. Is it coming from your childhood? Is it coming from your personality? Like, because we all have self-doubts.
Yep.
Every single day
Every
we're thinking
person.
how to overcome that and say, hey, no, I can do this.
Yeah, it's
I'm capable.
interesting. It's probably from kids. Mine was a lot from the kids. So when, you know, you're not good enough or you're not fast enough, and I'm not, which we discovered today, I'm not tall. I'm
Well,
really
look at me.
short.
So it makes 2 of us.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot that I actually can't do, right? But it's all of that, and it's how we were brought up. We were brought up in different times. You know, we as parents now, we have such an opportunity to instill our kids with
Yep.
so much self-belief that we didn't have ourselves, because we know the impact. And I think that's so important. But self-doubt, it's always there. I still have it. It's just learning to recognise, well, it's not true. It's only trying to keep you safe. And are you being brave enough? Or will you be brave to step over that mark and do it? Because that's what's important.
Your clients, like current ladies who are asking you for help, are they working mums? Are they business ladies? Or are they ladies who mums, which is a work as it is already? It's already a job, right? In a
Yeah.
way, it's already a role.
Yep.
What's your percentage of your current sort of audience
Yep.
and ladies who like every day ask you, Claire, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that?
Yeah, it's probably working mums.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so they're probably feeling stuck. They're feeling resentful because they're relied on. You know, you're relied on to bring snacks. Open
it.
chips,
That's it.
wipe noses. You're relied on. What's for dinner? Where are we going?
Yep.
And then they go to work for a break from that, and they're relied on to do a good job. So I know I had to do a lot of work around expectation. You know, I did what was expected of me, and I think that's the pressure that some women feel too. You know, we don't pursue what we want because it's not what's expected of us. You know, when we spoke about being just, we are more than just. I really despise
Yeah,
that word just. I'm just
I really
a
like
stay-at-home
that.
mom.
Yeah,
No, you're not just a stay-at-home mum.
You're
You
just
are
a mom. Like
bringing up children.
there's a lot of people saying you're just a mom.
Yeah.
or are you just doing this, or you just this, or you just that? Or sometimes I'm thinking, people not realizing how much work moms actually putting into this, because it's a 24/7 role.
Yeah, absolutely.
I call it role, a position, a role, whatever it is.
That we probably didn't apply for.
We didn't
very
apply
well.
for it. And we are, we it's just, it's a part of our lifestyle choice. We want to be moms.
And we wouldn't change it for the world.
No, never.
You know, when we have kids, we then have more people to put ahead of us.
Yeah, of course.
And that's where we just get further down the line. But yeah, working mums, I think it's a struggle because they're sort of lost of who they are. And I know when my littlest went to school this year, it was kind of still in that zone of, okay, well, what do I do now?
Yep.
You know, and I still had businesses and I still had that, but it was like, okay, well, I actually have the choice of what I do. That's tough.
Can I ask you a very honest, honest opinion and answer? We live in like a reality, this is sort of a reality. We're all having our bills. We all are having things to cover. Yeah, we it's a material world. Is it possible to be mom, a business girl, at the same time, and at the same time contribute a lot into the household? Like contribute, I mean like pay the mortgage, pay the bills within this time 9 till 5. Say working from home, is it still possible? Like honestly, in your opinion, or it's going to be part-time kind of sort of?
I think you've got to give a little bit to everything.
Yep.
I really do. I don't think you can give 100% to everything.
Okay, that's what I was just going to. Because you can't
cover
it all.
Be 100% mum, 100%
the
business owner.
You can't,
And that you just can't. And I know during last year when I was working from home with the kids, it was a struggle. You know, I'm very fortunate that I come in and I do my work and I've time blocked, and then I've got time for the kids. I don't do things outside of times. But yeah, that lockdown really changed that. You know, everything was blurred, and it made it difficult. But I don't think so. But that's where you need to set really tough boundaries.
Tough boundaries. You need to understand which percentage you allocate and where.
And it's looking at your whole week.
Yeah.
You know, so Monday to Wednesday I work in our traditional business. Thursday is my day for whatever my stuff, and then Friday I'm trying to keep it clear, just because there's kids sports or chats like this, and I get to catch up. So that's my me time, and I think I perform better that way. When I think the quality of time that I have for my family is better when it's done that way.
Of course, and you feel happier, and you actually feel more productive. And now I really, Claire, want to know about your second project. The project that you started recently, because I've seen it on social media, and I was so excited to hear more about it. I just didn't have a chance, and this is an opportunity
this is
now.
The only chance.
Chance to talk about it right now. So what is it? Tell us more.
What is it? It's called Project Resilience. I was going to name it Project Resilience 2021, but I dropped the 2021 off. About 2 months ago, I started working with a coach who is helping me put it all together, because as a woman, I don't ask for help, but I needed help to take this further. And it was a resource that I have found that is that 15 minutes a day we talked about. It's helping women get that, but without feeling like they have to join groups and they'll feel insecure and they won't feel enough. So it's a box that I actually prepare. It's got my favourite affirmations, so ones that I've come up with, ones that I've used, and in my last 3 months of corporate, it got me through driving on the freeway every day.
Oh wow, that's
so
fantastic.
I've got them printed, they arrived today, they look gorgeous. Wow. So I've got those and some journaling, because I get stuck in my own head and I'm not really great with expressing, and part European, it just all comes out.
I think you're very good at expressing.
So I have to narrow it down a lot. So it's journaling. So it's reflecting on the day. So what do you want to do? How do you think you went? And then reflecting for tomorrow. So if you're looking in 5 years' time, who do you want to be in 5 years' time? What is she doing? How would she like to feel? And it's stuff that I was taught from my mindset coach, Emily Chadbourne, who's incredible, really helped me narrow that down. And it got me, because I'm a people pleaser, it narrowed it down for me. So I got to thinking about me, and it was really uncomfortable. And I want to help women do that, because we don't think about ourselves because we feel it's yuck, and then avoid it and it goes on the bottom of the pile. We'd rather go wash dishes than actually answer a question. So it's a little bit of that. I've created, it's a community group, so we've got a couple of groups that we'll add people into. And it's also my amazing product that I'm aligned with called Elite, and it's helped with my stress and my anxiety, helps me with my sleep and my joint pain. So I think it's an essential part for women to be able to do this. You know, we're busy, we've got a lot going on.
Of course,
this helps me get through that, and it supports my energy as well. So I think it's a care box. It's a one-off, and it's just a resource that women can have, you know, when they're unsure. I've got a girlfriend of mine who is also putting in bracelets that are for sunstone. It's about feminine energy and really about abundance. So it's a nice little gift that I actually boxed up. It's pink, beyond pink, beyond pink, and it's gorgeous. So
Awesome. You know what I like about this new project, that as a part of it, you've got those coffee catch-ups on Facebook. And you mentioned about those 15 minutes. Imagine what impact you can have on somebody's life. If somebody feels down in the morning and she doesn't feel well, she just goes live with you and she talks to you or whatever it is, and she feels better. And then her days is better.
And that's
it's a huge impact.
It's huge.
Because it's not just impact on her, it's impact on everyone around her. And then who's everyone around her is impacting everyone around them.
And I know what that's like.
So it's like a triple effect. You call it like you put the drop in, and it's just like it just spreads.
It's amazing.
But also, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking you in future create a book.
A book?
You could be a writer, because you
go.
can come up with a book.
I'm too busy, I don't have time.
Of course you do. And you can grab all these advices and research based on what you discovered. It's just popped up. And you
can manage that for me, thank you.
I can. I will be happy to promote it on the Ubizblog. I'm happy to do that.
Easy.
But it's actually an
That's
opportunity for ladies to have something on the table they can.
And I think that's what we have to do, and that's our job now. We are leaders, you know, and we're quite comfortable in front of social media. We need to embrace that and really show women that it doesn't have to be icky. It doesn't have to be self-help books from the 1990s.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's not what
because there's a lot
is.
of different information out there.
It is.
It has to be something more tailored to the time.
Yeah, and they've got to resonate with that one person.
Exactly.
And that's what I just show it's real. Like, we've had the kids interrupt. We've had everything.
But that's
my brand.
That's what we do.
That's the reason why this was all created.
Exactly. When you're working from home, or you're doing some calls, or you're doing Zoom calls, whatever, and you've got someone homeschooling at home, they always come to you and watching what you do. Because there's nothing else you can do about it. You can't put in the room for 24/7 and forget about them. They're your kids. That's what you do.
But it's important for them to see this as well, and that this is work.
They're involved.
You know, work has changed. We were talking about this.
Exactly.
Work has changed. This is work, and this is what I embrace. So, and then, you know, it's what I speak about. We tell our kids that they can be anything in the world they want to be. Dice could be a ballerina. I don't think he will, but he may be.
One day.
You never know.
You never know.
Boy, you never know. But I can't live in that contradiction. So if I'm telling my kids that they can be whatever they want to be, then I've got to have that belief in myself. And that's what this all is.
Everything currently, those both projects, are they in one website?
Yep.
Still in under myinspiredlifestyle.com?
Still in my website.
Yeah? Okay. Because Claire's got website, myinspiredlifestyle.com.au, where everyone can just jump in and read your beautiful articles. I really like the way you write as well. It's very different.
It's very simple because it's my style.
The thoughts process, it's not regulated. It's just the way you feel and think. But it's very good. Like, because I was reading a couple of articles, I really liked it. I found that it's just the way you write. It's very casual and relaxed, and it's tailored to the time, which is now, which is a lady, our age groups, having kids, you know, and you grabbing the simple subjects. Simple but not simple, and it's not cluttered with the different sort of information that you don't need to.
And I'm too direct. I'm too direct, and it's too hard. I'm too efficient. I don't like my time being wasted. So if you haven't got time to read it, that's cool. No, you've got to be able to relate to people. You know, we know that the world is full of so many people now. You know, we need to find that people and really stick with those people that make you feel good. And that's what I hope to do. You know, I just want to make people feel they're capable of just waking up and just doing what they got to do. Nothing's a race. You just do it when you're ready.
Well, I have a question to this because it's hard. It's a hard when there's a people full of different individuals around
Yeah.
you. And you mentioned before, sometimes you have to deal with some sort of situations and people you don't want to deal with.
Yep.
It's just a part of the life.
Yep.
As much as we're trying to reduce that time with them, it's a must time you have to do.
Yep.
What advice you would give a girl or a man, whatever, whoever is struggling with dealing with those people, for
Yeah.
example, you don't know how to come across,
Yeah.
and they're feeling a bit sort of kind of stiff.
And it's that
advice
pit in the
is-
stomach,
yeah,
right? Some
it's
people,
kind of
their
something like,
energy.
I don't want to deal with you, but I have to today.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just reality check. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you? Any advices you would suggest to those people? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Do you put the boundaries you said, or
Yeah.
you kind of trying to isolate yourself? So what,
I'm a guarded person, and I am actually an introvert, believe it or
No,
not. I
no,
do.
you're not.
Yes, a little bit. I am a
No,
little
you're
bit. I'm
not.
not as extroverted as my littlest.
Oh.
But I do have a guard up, and I don't let a lot of people to see the full extent of me. So when I present to new people, they get a version of me.
Mhm.
And until I'm comfortable,
Mhm.
they don't get anything more than that. And if it's the people that I don't necessarily associate with, like we're in business for ourselves, we have to meet clients or suppliers or
yep.
someone we just go,
Yeah.
"Ah, I
Yeah.
just don't
I
wanna
have to talk
go."
to you today.
So you just smile, and I think it's you have to. You almost have to fake it, but they don't get the full me. You know, it's almost like it's got to be give and take. You've got to give me something of you for me to give you.
So another way, what you're trying, I guess, to say, you're trying to create the image,
Yep.
and this is a business image.
Yep.
And you don't try to take it personally. You don't take it in. Okay, I have to deal with that person, and
Yep.
that's probably advice for a lot of people
Yeah.
because that's what the reality check. This is my image.
Yep.
I'll deal with you, and I move on.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be again with people I really, really like and
Yeah.
appreciate. So it's about the image that you create.
Yeah.
I'll do it. That's fine, but I don't take it in.
No,
I
and it's
don't
about our
let them
branding.
in there.
No, and it's about our branding. So I need to be consistent across on my branding, whether it's in face-to-face conversations. That's who I present at. And then if we're okay and I feel we've got something that we can chat more about, or we've got opportunity, then yeah, you'll get to know me and I'll let you into my little world. But there's so many people that will just take advantage of that, and
Of
I
course.
think
Of course.
working for such a long time, I've been taken advantage of like that. You just think they just use your time, and I just don't want to give that. And it is a boundary. I choose who I spend my time with, and it's a front. But thank you, nice to meet you. Walk away.
Well, it's really a good point what you're saying, because sometimes people can't recognize those people who try to take that energy
Yeah.
out of you. How would you describe those people? They're trying to sort of take advantage of you.
They're the people that never ask about you, aren't
Okay.
they? So they're always
Okay.
presenting with the people that what they can get out of you.
Okay.
So being a people manager and just around people for such a long time, you learn that. I think that's important, and their energy is just different, and it's an indescribable feeling. You know, you either click with someone instantly or you don't,
You don't. Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
you
can't.
hope that your intuition works
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're often people that just don't really want to get to know you, and they're the ones that I'm like, okay, we're not in it. It's not a two-way.
Yeah,
Not
it's,
at
it's
all.
all about them,
Yeah.
their interests and what they
Yep.
can get out of you.
Yep.
So once you feel that way, you just sort of, okay, all right, I'll deal with what I have to deal with, and I'll move on
Yeah.
to the next.
And they're always asking for more. You know,
course,
there's
yep,
always another
yep,
thing, and there's always
yep,
another
yep.
thing, and another deadline, and it gets shorter. They're not my people.
All right, so that's fantastic. Thank you so much, because this is actually a couple of good advices. Like I heard, like a lot of people struggling with those
Yeah.
types of people. So they give,
Yep.
but then what else is left in there? And you give it away, all your energy, and it goes to the wrong direction.
And then you're left with
else?
resentful feelings.
Yeah, what else you gonna do and how?
Yep.
So basically, what's next for you?
Lots.
Because
Lots.
you know, I want to join the groups and stuff
Yep.
as well, and I think people after watching this video, they will be able to obviously we will put in all the details as well, your groups, and
Yep.
so they will be able to join. But what next for you? What's the next planning?
The next plan, I'm actually working on a paid course, so a 6-week paid course.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's probably at least 6 months, a few months away. And it's going to go through a bit deeper on what I learned in my mindset journey about my story, the stories we tell, getting over that self-doubt as well. And then coming out and being a really strong woman who is so confident that whatever the decision you make is going to be good, regardless of what everyone else thinks. People, and don't get me wrong, people still think what I do now is a joke. And that's okay, because that's not for them. But that's where we have to, whereas before, 2 years ago, I would have been, oh, okay, I won't do it. Because they don't think I'm good enough.
But trust me, some people at some stage, they thought that the earth is actually square.
Yeah.
So, you know, or they didn't believe that it's round.
Yeah.
And the person who was believing it's round was something happened to him.
Yeah.
And what come out of it. So you've got a beautiful group of ladies who are feeling and thinking the same.
Yep.
And this is what you mean. You need to focus on who's actually supporting you.
Yeah.
Rather than people who's not supporting you.
And so many women don't have that. You know, so many people are feeling stressed and unsure. Self-doubt is huge. We spoke about self-doubt is massive because they don't have the right people. They don't have the support networks. I'm super fortunate. I've got 2 boys and a husband who support me in whatever I do. I am nuts. Like I just do it and they're smiling and nodding like it's okay. But I'm really lucky, but I don't realise how many people don't have that. And that's important. If you haven't got your family to support you, you don't feel confident.
No.
So that's what I want to sort of embrace and get women into a community. I think that's what people missed over COVID. It was great catching up over Zooms, but doing one-on-ones. I'm a practical learner, so I learn from tone and energy. If you give me a textbook, I'm going to get lost off with the fairies. It's not going to work. I'm a practical learner, and I think that's what people are really missing at the moment. And what I'm finding. So they're more open to saying yes and having a look at something. But and that's where you just need to hold hands with women too, you know.
Can you tell me who is the confident woman? Who is she? What is actually confident woman?
Yep.
How does she should look like maybe or feel? What the criteria is of confident woman for you? Like when you see someone there, you know she or he, they're confident. How can you see that? Is it energy? Is it?
It's like stature, right? It's like when you see people and it's like they command authority in a sense. It's more bravery. And you can see the ones that are so unsure, the head is down, they're hunched over. Don't get me wrong, there are days when I'm walking with my head down because I'm like, oh, there's not enough coffee in this day. But it's about, she has to be certain in herself. And if you won't believe in you, no one else will. And I posted that a couple of weeks ago or this week, and it was really interesting that, it starts with us, you know, and if you're brave enough to just give it a go, who cares if it fails? There's always opportunity to get a job or do something, but
Absolutely.
What if it works?
What if,
You know, and I don't have a fear of failure, I have a fear of success. So my fear is like, oh my gosh, this could actually work. What am I doing?
What am I going to do with this?
Now it's working.
What's going to be next for me?
It's always just on a board. Now it's working. What am I going to do? That's my fear. But yeah, she's strong. She has to be ultimately strong and wear multiple hats. So you can run on your feet. And I think that's what we tend to do.
It doesn't mean how she looks like.
No,
you should
see me on Sunday mornings.
With no makeup and just. But I think it's internal.
Yeah,
it's something internal
like
that
an
drives
aura or
you,
an energy, like
drives
you
you through, like you like a how you push, like driving you through it, and unstoppable.
It's like standing at the bedroom door going,
I just do it.
Righto, let's do it. What's it going to throw at me today? Open the front door. Let's do this. I think it's just an energy. If you're and it's a determination, right? You've got to be determined to make a change.
There's a phrase that I really like, that there's a difference between giving up on something and having enough. I always, because I don't understand give up as it is, like the background I came from, it's just always push, go, and do until you succeed.
And then there's another thing for you to do.
Exactly. But then I like kind of this phrase because how you can differentiate when, okay, I've done enough for this and I need to step away because I need to do something else. Where that breaking point when you're thinking, okay, I'm giving up, I just have enough, I don't want to do it. Or you need to keep pushing until you actually
It's a really fine line.
How do you differentiate this fine line?
It's got to be a gut feel and it's a passion. If you
It's
feel
internal.
it has to
it's
be.
internal. It's in here,
Yeah,
right?
if you don't love it and you don't have that passion for it, that's not going to get you over the edge. Because all the great inventors had that passion, right? How many times did they fail creating
they had
light
no idea what they were
bulbs?
doing at the start.
No, and they failed millions of times. And that's what's important. They've had that passion. And I think you've got to be that real change maker. And not everyone is.
No.
Not everyone is
No.
determined and resilient to say, okay, I got down, get back up. It's like when we teach our kids to walk and ride bikes. It's okay, get back on, try it again. How many times did we say,
Exactly.
get back on, try
How
it
many
again?
times before
Holding
they
the
actually
bike.
riding?
It's like, you're doing great, darling, but no one does that for us. We've got to do that ourselves. So just acknowledging, and if you feel in your gut that you don't have anything more to give, you're burnt out, that's your sign.
That's when it's the sign.
Because then it becomes a chore.
Because a lot of people have that confusion between, okay, do I give up on this,
Yep.
or do I keep going with
Yeah.
this? You know, it's like more of the aligning around environment. People
Yep.
keep saying to them, look, you tried like 5 years or 10
Yep.
years of this, it's not working.
Yep.
But and you kind of listening to them, okay,
Yep.
it's not working, I'll try something else.
Yeah.
But there was a picture on Facebook that somewhere I really liked it as well, that somebody was actually trying to choke the coal. And all of a sudden he gives up and he walks away, and the diamond is just like 1 centimeter from me.
Yeah.
I have a goosebumps now, because sometimes you're so close to it,
Yep.
and you're giving up on that last
Yeah.
minute, knowing that you've got another 2 steps before
Yeah.
the diamond is just there.
You've just got to trust
This
the
is
process.
this is crazy,
Yeah.
like how you can actually differentiate. But I think you explain it really well. I think it's internal.
Yeah.
If you're feeling that way, as you said, burnt out,
Yep.
and this is burnt out, you got the whole article about it.
Yep.
Feeling burnt out.
Feeling burnt out.
burnt
and tired.
out and tired, you know, and
Yeah.
what do? I change it.
You need a community. You need people to rely on. And I think you need to be around people that get you rather than just, do this, it worked for me, because that doesn't work. You know, we're so different. But just to be around people and you can listen to, you know, it's really hard. You can hear everything, but are you willing to listen? And
Yep.
are they your
Yep.
people that you listen to
Yep.
that are going to push you through, or just pat you on the back and say, you know what, maybe you just need a week out. I do that with my team too. There are days that it sucks and it's hard. It's terrible and I don't want to. But then you go, okay, well, it's actually working. But you just got to trust that
The process
and it's a phrase that is thrown around so much. Trust the process. It's going to be fine. Well, you have to trust the process. It will be if you're willing enough to stick at it. But you got to work hard for it. You just don't magically sit there and wait for things to happen. You've got to do the little things every day, be consistent every day, and then it pays off.
Okay. All right. The last question I have, and probably one of the most important, I'm always asking all guests about it. There's a world full of, and we have a lot of mentorship programs.
Yep.
Lots of lifestyle coaches these days. It's a popular industry. If, for example, I'm Anastasia, Helena, Galina, whatever wants to apply to and say, look, I'm depressed, I feel a bit stressed out, I'm burnt out. What would be your 3 points of difference compared to other mentors in the industry? How would you sort
Do it?
of brand yourself in a way of out of this pool?
It's hard, right?
I
'Cause
know.
There are a lot of people,
Yeah, I
and
know,
I'm
I
just
know,
one person.
I know.
No, I'm constantly learning. So what I've learned has been quite recent, and I've actually gone out and spoken to people about it. So I'm in the work still. I'm still doing the work. And I think that's important. When you can relate to someone who's not just teaching, but is actually working through it at the same time, that's important. Our community and what we offer in my groups, it's just normal, everyday women wanting something a little bit different, wanting something a little bit more for that gut feel. That's important. And then it's just the energy. So I know that you're going to get on with people or you're not, and that's okay. But I'm a big energy person. So if we have a chat and we resonate and we get along, then that's cool. But I know that we don't do that either. But I'm very direct. So I really like my approach is quite different. It's caring and I listen. You know, I've many, many years of having to listen to different people's problems and solutions. I think it's really important to be an active listener. So yes, that part of it. And I've walked in the shoes. I've got practical. What I've learned is what's helped me. It's not what I've learned from a book that I'm asking other people to do. So it's stuff that I've actually done, and that this work allows me to have what I have today. You know, I can't do what I do now if I didn't have that work. So that's what sets me apart.
It's more of the practical experience, it coming from your experience. But I think it's also people going to be probably drawn to your personality as well, because I would kind of, I have an assumption and I assume I want to go to a lifestyle coach who is actually inspiring me. I need to like that person and I need to really trust that person and trust their opinion and experience. Because if I don't know that person, you know, I don't know what's behind of what's the story. So it's about personalization. Being personal and having that personal
and having
touch.
that trust that that person's got confidential too, because you don't know what might come up.
Of course.
But knowing that you're not different. So having someone that's not going to make you feel like you're not good enough or you're not doing enough or your progress might be slower. Everyone's journey is different.
Absolutely.
You know, everyone's journey is different.
Absolutely.
So having that person that just stands by you is super important. And I know that we've got lots of people in our team, and my clients are like that too. Some are, you know, full-time working mums and they don't have a lot of time. I've got full-time stay-at-home mums who might have a little bit more time. It's about knowing that balance and knowing what they want. I think if you ask the right question of what they really want, you can then tailor what time suits. And then some people like really hands-on approach. Some people like, no, that's cool. Let me do it on my own. So I think that's important. You just got to get to know people. Of course. It's human nature.
Yeah, absolutely. So how can they reach you out? How they can contact you?
Contact me. You can find me. I'm on website. I'm on Insta. I'm on Facebook. I've got a billion groups. No, I don't have three groups. Just get in contact. You know, just send me a message. I think I always say in my lives that, you know, leave a comment, but I know a lot of people are really reserved on leaving a comment. So just contact me, and you would be surprised how many people actually leave your message in Messenger rather than leave a comment.
Because it's more of a personal, they're kind of sort of shy.
They're shy and they're not really sure, and
they're not confident to put the comment, or it's going to be judged, or
exactly. And there's people are
like
going to see it. So I think that's important. If you're willing to make a change, you'll be willing to make contact. That's my biggest thing. You know, if I put myself out there, and if it resonates, then it's going to resonate. If it doesn't, that's okay. But you've got to be willing to just give it a go. And if you are, then that's the first step. If you can just try, the rest is history. You'll be amazing.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Claire, because I think honestly, like, people should contact you right now. Because I think even just chatting with you like for 15-20 minutes, it's already, you know, you have a different energy, you know, coming along, because this world is full of negativity and people struggling to get rid of it.
Because we're
and
on
let
the
that
hamster wheel.
positive just come in, because when the positive energy comes in, everything else is changing around you.
And I don't have
you
it
feel
figured out.
differently, you know. And you don't have to figure it out right now. It takes time, but if you're consistent, as you said, is you stop self-doubting yourself. That's when the magic starts to go.
And you just got to give it a go. And if it still lingers after a few days, I think we're meant to be. So you need to contact me. You know, sometimes, you know, if those shoes, you see them all the time, I'm a little thing for shoes and bags.
Well, I can't wait to see more on the Facebook and social media activities. I'm very excited to watch, and please watch the space. Claire Burt, My Inspired Lifestyle, new program, new projects. I'm sure more coming along. You never know, maybe we'll release a book. I don't know.
I'm writing a book now.
it's a potential, maybe. I don't know. 2022, 2023. Exactly. So thank you so much for coming
for having
in.
Me. How
Beautiful atmosphere. 26 degrees, you know, with still sunshine, with the playground. Thank you so much. Watch the space. Thank you, Claire.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.